the whole draw me close, let me know you're here. And I think that's really all we have to say today. Holy, draw us close. Let us know you're here. Let us be in your presence. Let it be about being in your presence and not about anything else. Bless these people who came with open hearts and seeking. Be with us. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. So today, we're in Luke chapter 14 still. We were in Luke chapter 14 last week too. But we're in Luke chapter 14. And today I've titled it, What Are You Focused On? So I said that earlier, and already I think it was Livette was like, oh, we know what this is going to be. So maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Maybe we get lucky and you can't predict where we're going. But if you can't predict where we're going, maybe that means we already know. So maybe there's some things we need to do. Just saying. Chop wood, carry water. Mm-hmm. So Luke chapter 14, verse 25 and 26 is where I begin. Now great crowds accompanied him, and he turned and said to them, if anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Now wait. What did Jesus teach us? Somebody help a girl out. What does Jesus teach us? To love. And what did it say? Hate. If anyone comes to me and does not hate his peoples. So love and hate. Is Jesus contradicting himself? Is Jesus going away from the love everybody thing and taking us down another road? No. Pay attention. What is the first thing said? Now great crowds accompanied him. Now, back in the day, why do you reckon a great crowd was following? They liked what they saw. Jesus would do things. 2 fish and feed 5,000. Heal people. He was doing things. They liked the wow factor. So he had this huge crowd of people that was following him because they wanted to see the miracle. Some of them just wanted to see, is he going to break the law and heal somebody on the Sabbath? Because if he do, I'm going to go report him. There were some of those in the crowd. There were people in the crowd who were all about going as long as there was a good show to be had. So what Jesus is really saying is, hear me. The way I'm telling you to live is going to cost you something. The way I'm telling you to do this thing is going to cost you. It's not about just a big show. It's not about the wow factor. It's not about seeing what you can get all the time. It's about more. It's about going deeper. And you need to know, since you're following me, great crowd of people, you need to know that there's more to this. Jesus kept teaching the love thing. Jesus kept healing everybody, and the crowds kept growing. But were they coming because of the teaching about love everybody, and they had let that change them and rearrange how they viewed the world? Or were they coming because they needed the show? They needed to bang for the buck. And some of them ain't even put a buck in the plate, but they wanted to bang. I'm just saying. How did it work? What was Jesus saying? See, we come to church Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, and I'm scared to even ask y'all, why you come here? I've never asked you. When the video's going, tell me, why do you come to church every week? Because I don't want to. I'm scared of what some of you people will say. I'm scared some of you will say, I show up just to see how bad you going to mess up. I show up just to see if you're going to surprise us and put a new song in the lineup. I show up because I'm the Sunday school teacher for today. That's why I show up. I show up because I want to see who all's present. I show up because I'm scared I might miss something. And I'm scared that all of those would be your answers. And I'm not saying they're not legit answers. But I'm scared that those would be your answers. And I'd be going, what about what we're supposed to be here for?
That's right.
What about being in the presence of holy? Why was that not the first thing that fell out of your mouth? Yeah. In the hypothetical conversation that we really did not just have with the answers that you really did not just give. Why was it not the first thing? You know why it wouldn't be the first thing for many people? Because it's the last thing they think about.
That's right.
Last thing. Wake up in the morning, get up, put my drawers on, put my pants on, put my socks on, put my shoes on, out the door. Get to work, sit down at my desk, start doing my job. Go to lunch, eat my food. Do the afternoon. Get in the truck, go home from my job. Mm-hmm. Get home, sit on the couch, cook. Turn on the TV. Where in that process was holy?
That's right.
Where did I focus on holy? See, I took a test. Did I tell you all this already? About my brain type? I took the test to find out what my brain type was. And it came back and told me, oh, you're an Oracle. And I'm like, oh, great. Basically what that means is I suck at focusing. That's what it says. My planner has a big block that says, how will you focus today? Because I got to plan it out. I can't just focus. I have to plan time to focus. I'm really not doing good at it, even with the planner. So anyway, I'm supposed to focus. Some of us, we need to plan to focus on holy.
That's right.
Because we just running through life and doing what we want to do. And but then let trouble strike.
Oh, yeah.
Let trouble strike.
Uh-huh.
Then we going to be like, oh, holy, I need you. Oh, holy, where are you? Oh, holy, 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 holy. Uh-huh. And holy going, how you know my name? We ain't talking a long time.
Yeah.
How do you know who I am?
That's right.
So what are we focusing on? See, the other thing about the crowd, that society, it was built in what? Like tribes, family units. So it was a big to-do. The family was everything. Jesus was flipping that. Jesus was saying, all these people that you've kicked out over here on the outskirts, these are my people, these are my family.
That's right.
And he was calling them back into relationship. He was flipping it. Us in the LGBTQ community, we sort of did the same thing. Your birth family, they might not be so great. They might not be so accepting. So what do? Hey, you're going to be my family now, okay?
That's right.
At Christmas, I won't. No, I'm kidding. And we build our own families. But when we're building our families, are we putting so much emphasis on you're my family that we're leaving out holy? What has our attention? What are we giving our time? What are we giving our effort? See, there's people that come to this church every now and then, and they exercise like there's no tomorrow. It's all they're about. I'm going to walk 4 miles before 8 o'clock. I'm going to walk 4 miles before 8 p.m. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they have a plan, and they follow their plan. But what happens if a monkey wrench gets thrown in their plan? And they're giving it their all, right? But then when I say when it comes to this church and this community and holy, I need you to put that same level of commitment into things.
Yeah. Yeah.
No thanks. I'm good. I'm good. So I had a rough weekend. But there were conversations that were had during this rough weekend that really got me thinking. I started thinking about what does it mean to focus on holy? What does it mean to let what I believe holy calls me to influence every decision I make? Because see, that's where we mess up. Told y'all before. God don't care about my finances. I can do what I want to with my money. God don't care if I eat a bacon cheeseburger. I can eat it if I want to. We've had that conversation. Remember it? But if I take what I feel holy is leading me to, because I'm in the crowd, I'm running after Jesus. I'm following. Am I following because I want that big wow? Or am I wanting the teachings to change me and to rearrange how I look at the world? And if that's my goal and that's what I'm doing, I started thinking about what does that mean? So we drive in to visit my dad, and I look at Sherry and I was like, just start rambling, because I do that, as you know. I was like, you know what's wrong with the world? Anytime I start a conversation with Dad, just run. Bless her heart, she's trapped in the truck, she can't go nowhere. And we still an hour from Daddy's house. You know what's wrong with the world? And there's this big... What? Like she was scared to ask. What? It was like selfishness.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with the world.
Yeah.
And she was like, we talk about this all the time. We do, but it's personal. I'm working with me. I'm working on me, and I'm thinking about some things. You know who made $11 billion of revenue this year? Amazon. You know who's paying taxes on that $11 billion? Not Amazon. Is that right? Do you know who is on welfare and food stamps? Amazon workers. Is that right? And I'm thinking about that driving to Donaldsonville. Why? I don't know. Maybe because we went through some poor area. I don't know. But I'm thinking about it. And I go, and Sherry, I'm the problem. Because I'm not going to stop clicking that app on my phone and ordering the stuff and having it show up the next day. I'm the problem. So what happens? What are we focusing on? Because see, guaranteed you ain't thought of Amazon that way until I just put it in that way. What are we focusing on? What gets our attention? What gets our time? And should it? Should it? I like to watch murder shows. British ones usually. Is that the best use of my time? I mean, I reckon if y'all go and murder somebody, I can help you out because you could call me and I can tell you what to do. But other than that, is that the best use of my time? To sit there and watch. And the British TV shows, they do them different. They're like, we turn on American TV and we get 50-minute shows. The British people want to do some 90-minute mess. So in 90-minute blocks, I'm watching murder and losing 90 minutes of my life at a time. Is that the best use of that 90 minutes? Is there not something else I could be doing?
Yes.
Could I not be texting you, calling you, going, hey, what's up, how are you? Now, some of y'all do get them texts. Some of y'all don't. It ain't because I don't love y'all. It's just there's murder on TV. What do we focus on? Sunday morning rolls around. It's time to get up and go to church. Sometimes you don't want to get up and go to church. Don't say I'm lying because you know I ain't. Sometimes we wake up and we're like, oh, it would be nice just to stay home. One solution to that is to become the pastor of the church. And then you ain't got no choice. Or be in the band.
Yeah.
Because then you really ain't got no choice unless something crazy happens. But you wake up and there's like a million other things. Why do I have to go to church? So this also comes up on the drive to Donaldsonville. Because, I don't know, I was just thinking about a lot of things. So I tackled Amazon and inequality of wealth. And then I jumped from that to church. And I was like, there's something that Thrive doesn't get. And that I'm not doing a good job of making them get. And I don't know how to make them get it. She really sighed then. Because she hears this one a lot. And I can't get them to understand that if they really love each other and they really are in community together and they really mean all of the crap they say, and yes, I just said it was crap. If they mean it, there are things they have to do.
Yeah.
They got to write that check or put that $5 bill in the plate. They have to show up and support.
That's right.
They have to be present for one another. And if they're not going to care for one another and care for the community, guess what happens to the community? And then Sherry says, yes, Christy, I know the community dies. Because, again, she's heard it a lot. What are you focused on? Why are you here? Are you here because you want to go to lunch after? Are you here because you want to go hang out after? If that's all we're about, we don't have to pay $800 a month for this place. We can just text each other and go, hey, meet me at, I don't know, IHOP. Meet me at Whataburger. Meet me somewhere. We ain't got to meet here. What are we focusing on? What we focus on is what we give our time and our money. What we focus on is what we do end up building. So I have like a murder empire because of the way I've invested so much time in Midsummer Murders and some other shows. Some of you, Mark Zuckerberg, or however you say that man's name, he owe y'all money. Because y'all live on Facebook. And y'all do it real good too. You get on Facebook and you talk about what you eating, when you eating, how much you eating.
Yep.
And look at me, I just gave all this to help the people in the Bahamas. Really? I'm glad you're eating. I'm glad you're not going hungry. I'm glad you have a social life to the people that don't post about food but post about their alcohol consumption. I'm glad you have a social life. I'm glad you're eating. I'm glad nobody's starving. I'm glad we're doing for others because that's what we're called to do. But I need you to do it when nobody's looking. I need you to be like this. I need you to be the people in the crowd that realize, wait, this is more than just chasing a wow. This is more than just, what can you give me? What can I get from you? What are you going to do for me now? It's more than that. It's more about the show. It's something that changes how we view the world. Last week I said real world, real faith. Do you remember that? It's a tongue twister for me today. Real world. We live in it. Sometimes our faith feels like it's the opposite of the world. And maybe part of that scripture is about that. It's not just about forget what you think you know and follow this, love everybody. But it's also a warning. It's going to cost you. If you live the way I'm saying live, if you pursue holy the way I say pursue holy, it will impact relationships. You will sit down at the dinner table and somebody will say something they should not say. And every inch of you is going, wait a minute. Holy ain't about that. You've got this all wrong. It will happen. It will happen when you'll sit down with somebody and they'll look you in your face and they'll tell you, you don't know God, you gay. God don't know nothing about no gay people. And everything inside of you is going to be like, wait a minute. You're going to be in a Facebook group with MCC people. And they're going to start a conversation about gun violence. And they're going to say, some of them are going to say, well, MCC, it's stupid for you to even be thinking about making a policy that all of our churches are gun-free zones. One dude asked the question, because everybody's losing their minds. One dude says to the Facebook group, can someone please tell me how your theology, what you believe Jesus to be about, influences your policy? See, if you're really going to do it right, you can't just be a crowd of people chasing. You got to be a crowd of people that chasing the right way. It can't be about, oh, I'm going this way because Levette's going this way. It can't be, I'm going this way because Marcia and Rebecca are this way. It has to be, I'm going this way because Holy said this is the right way, and I'm going to do things the way Holy said. And if it costs me everything, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to give my all. And I'm going to focus. I'm going to bring everything I have. And I'm going to lay it. And I'm going to say, here I am. All the broken parts. All the parts that know way too much about bacon cheeseburgers. And all the parts that know way too much about murder. Here they all are. God, whatever you want me to be, I'll be. Wherever you want me to go, I'll go. Whatever lessons I need to learn, I'll learn them.
Yeah.
But above all things and at all times, be first. Draw me close. Show me who you are. I don't care who you are to Marcy. I don't care who you are to K-Dale. Who are you to me?
That's right. And
how does that change me? And how does that make me move through the world? Lord, I'm getting nervous because I'm feeling like I'm going to give up Amazon. I might need to sit down for a minute. Oh, wow. How do you let holy into every inch of your life? What are you focused on? Because what did we learn in Matthew chapter 6? Where your treasure is where your heart's going to be. So if all I treasure is being a Facebook warrior, that's my heart. Holy ain't my heart. Impressing people on Facebook's my heart. If all I'm about is drinking, that's my heart. That has my heart. It also has my wallet because that's expensive. I don't know if y'all know that. It's expensive to drink out all the time. It's expensive to eat out all the time. Where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. What you focus on is what you put your energy into, is what you get back. Did you get that? What you put your energy in, that's where your heart is. So the people that come in and they raise their hands on Sunday morning and they sing and they talk about how they love God, and then we see them on Tuesday passed out drunk. We see them on Wednesday passed out drunk. See them on Thursday passed out drunk. And hold up, let me just back up. I ain't against alcohol. I like it sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love a good IPA. What I'm talking about is when we let something get out of balance. When we let something matter way more than it should matter. When it takes first place in our life and we push everything else away. We've gotten it wrong. And we can't come in here on Sundays and claim to be one thing and then live like we're totally something else every other day of the week. Because then that doesn't match up. Then that's out of balance. And guess what else happens? People look at you. They look at you. Go to that one I said I wasn't going to hit, Ash. In this one, Jesus is telling a story, parable to try to teach something. But the part that I like is where Jesus points out when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. We start to build, but then we let other things be first place. We start seeking holy, and we start saying we're going to live for holy. We're going to make sure that our life aligns with what we believe holy has told us it should be. And then we look at something else, and we start chasing that thing. And people are watching, just like in this parable. The people are watching, and they're going, you don't add up. 2 and 2 ain't equaling 4. You're not doing what you say. And you start being mocked because people watch, and they pay attention. And if you're saying one thing and doing another thing, they're seeing it. If you start something, and then you push God out of it, you ain't going to finish. That's not how spiritual work works. It's not how it happens. What happens is we come to holy and we go, I need you. Show me. And then we walk the path as it's laid out for us. Then, as we're working that path, we're chopping the wood, carrying the water. As we're doing that, we're learning who holy is. Holy is showing us for ourselves who holy is. And we're going deeper. But what happens if we show up and we go, holy, I need you, and I'm going to do what you say. And then, oh look, murder. Oh look, we can go over here. Distractions. Distractions.
Yeah.
What happens? We say we're going to do this thing, and then we get distracted.
Yeah.
And holy's just going, really? I'm right here.
That's right.
I love you. Come on. I'll be right here. And everybody around you is asking the same questions I started with. Why do you go to church? Why do you say you believe in holy? What does it mean that you believe in holy? And if all the distractions get all of our attention and all of our time, guess what we can't answer? Who holy is to us. Because all we have then is the big stuff, the show that we've heard from other people. We don't have the real stuff. The stuff where we have spent time in holy's presence, seeking holy, and being changed by holy. The challenge for us as a church, this thing just died. The challenge for us as a church, oops, and now I'm committing murder on the headset. The challenge is to choose what we're going to allow to get our time. See, Marcy pointed out last week, people will sure enough get up out the bed on a Sunday morning and drive to wherever they want to drive to do the things they want to do, but they ain't going to get up out the bed and drive to church if it ain't their priority. People going to go and visit other people and drink with them, But then coming and being in community with us is hard. Being around people and loving people, that's hard. But drinking Fireball with them, now that's easy. Being in discussions with people and realizing we might not always agree. We might disagree. That's hard. But being over here and just dealing with these people superficially in my social circle, that's easy. We have to choose. And as a church community, who do you want to be? Do we want to be people who have said, this is who we are, this is what we want to be, and we've laid our foundation, but now we're going to walk away because we're focused on the wrong things, we're too distracted by all of the noise? Or do we want to be the people who say, this is what we've started, this is what we're going to finish, as long as Holy is with us, this is what we will do.
Yes.
And if Holy leaves, then okay, fine, bye, we out. Because where Holy goes, that's where I'm going.
That's
Amen.
right.
I love every single one of y'all. Some of y'all irk me a little bit, but I still love y'all. But we have to decide what matters. We have to decide if we're chasing Holy just for the show, just for the appearance, or if we mean it with every fiber of our being. We have to decide if we show up every time we can for each other in a community, in this community, or if we only show up when we have an assignment. We have to figure out if this stuff matters. Yeah. And if it does matter, then as a community, we have to say it matters.
Right.
And we're not going to keep sitting here and letting you put your toe in, pull your toe out. Put your toe in, pull your toe out. Yeah. We're going to require you to commit. Ironically, today is actually called Recovenanting Sunday. So it's basically where everybody's supposed to evaluate their covenant and reaffirm, you my people, and Holy, you're what matters. That's what today is supposed to be about. What I'm saying is, as a community, we have to decide. We've laid a foundation. Our foundation is a simple foundation. We've said we will seek Holy. We've said that we will do the basics, which means we're going to love people.
That's right.
Well, what happens when I got to love you and I don't agree with you? I still have to respect you. I'm going to find a way for me and you to have a heart-to-heart about why your actions don't fit what we're doing. Yeah. And then we're going to talk about what we can do to fix it. Christy, this is sounding wonky. It is a little bit, because we're used to doing everything for self and by self. We're not used to saying, as a collective, let's say this is who Thrive is going to be. We're going to seek Holy, and we're going to hold each other accountable. We're not used to that. What we're used to is your relationship with Holy is your business, which it is. But then we leave it alone. It's all personal. We don't look at how it influences community and how it impacts community. We have to. Because we've laid the foundation. And if we're going to build anything, Holy has to stay first.
That's right.
And if you see people in our community who ain't keeping Holy first, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about, are you having a hard time?
Yeah.
Has something happened? Is there something we can help you with? Where are my board members? Board members, this one's hard for you because you're the leadership. I expect us to do this. If you see somebody is, I want us to be people who can go to them and say, are you okay? Is there anything we can do to help you? Because what we see is that you only committed 1/10 of the time. And we want 100% because we think it matters. We want you to seek Holy with everything you've got because we think it changes you. And once it changes you, it changes us. And that's what we want. And if it's not okay for us to have those conversations, we need to reevaluate. What are we going to focus on? What are you going to focus on? If I ask you next week, why are you here? Will you be able to answer me in a deep, meaningful way? Or will it still be the superficial, I'm here for the show? These are questions we have to face, and we have to come to grips as individuals and as a community. I don't want to be here just to entertain you. I don't want to be here just for the show. I want Holy to show up.
That's right.
I want Holy to show out.
Yes, ma'am.
And if that ain't going to happen because we're going to hinder Holy, then Christy has to be gone. What are you focused on? What are you focused on? What are we going to focus on? That's a hard way to end it. But it's where we're ending it. Because I want you to think about it. Think about who you want to be. Think about who you want Thrive to be. Think about if what your answers are when you ask yourself, why do I go every Sunday? If Holy ain't answer number one, evaluate that. Do some self-reflecting. Find Holy. That's what matters. What are you focused on? And all the people said,
Amen.